The school year is coming to an end, and summer is just around the corner. If you're like me and you need to do work for some extra money, you need to find a decent job. Right now it may just be a summer job like lifeguarding or working at your local grocery store. But before you know it, you'll be searching for jobs in line with your career path. Today I will guide you through the key steps to finding and landing a job. Whether you are looking for an internship or a part-time job, these tips and skills are a must. The first thing you are going to need is a resume. A resume is a document that explains who you are and what you have accomplished to your future employer. Things to have in your resume include your name. This should be the biggest font on the page. Your contact information, your experience, and references. If you don't have much experience, then don't worry. You still have room for your activities, community service, and you may have done in the past, and maybe some honors or awards you have received. Your resume should reflect the best version of you to your employer. But the most important thing within your resume is that it's readable and clean. It is imperative that your resume has no mistakes. There should be 0 spelling errors, and your punctuation needs to be perfect. If the person looking at your resume sees that you have any mistakes, then they may think you rushed or that you are lazy. Therefore, your chances of getting hired aren't that great. After your resume is perfected and squared away, you should think about how you appear to the public. Social media is very important these days, and people looking to hire you want to see what kind of person you are. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter are just a few examples of platforms you may want to clean up a bit. Get rid of any obscene pictures or posts. No employer wants to hire some huge partier that has alcohol in all of their pictures. Also, you may want to think about neutralizing your image online. You may have no idea what your employer stands for or believes in, so consider limiting political or religious posts. Like your resume, your image on social media should also reflect the best version of you. Now that you have prepared yourself with a resume and respectable appearance, it is time to get to work. The only way you will land a job is if you get to work now. There are so many resources around you that are just begging to be used. Job websites are a great tool. See what is available in your area. For example, ZipRecruiter and Glassdoor are 2 terrific websites that allow you to narrow down your options by distance, pay, and type. Another proactive way to better your chances at finding a job is networking. Networking is basically a social side of business. Exchanging information with someone in the field of your interest and building a relationship with them is very important. You can network with your parents' friends and colleagues, maybe someone in your class, a professor, or even someone in the career center. Starting to build relationships now will only benefit you in the future. Just don't be afraid to put yourself out there. You have a killer resume, a great online profile, and managed to find an opportunity through a job site or networking. Congratulations, you have an interview. While interviews can be very intimidating, they are usually never as scary as you might imagine them to be. It's normal to be nervous, but you should always be prepared. In order to ace your interview, you need to follow 4 rules. The first rule is to always prepare yourself and know as much information about the position and company as possible. The second rule is to always ask questions. Don't be scared to speak up. The next thing you need to know is manners and etiquette. You always be polite. Do not use a ton of filler words like and like, and never ask how much money the job pays. Lastly, you need to practice. You can practice with a friend, a parent, a professor, or contact the Career Center and ask if they provide any services to help you practice for an interview. Not so fast. Before you walk into the interview, check yourself before you wreck yourself. What are you wearing? For your sake, ditch the sweatpants and Old North Face. You should look professional and like you know what you're doing. For women, I suggest a blazer and tailored pants or a blouse and an appropriate skirt. As for shoes, only wear heels if you can walk in them. Otherwise, stick to flats. For men, you have it easy. Throw on a button-up with a tie, a navy blazer, and slacks. Also, make sure you have on Oxfords or something nicer than your old sneakers. Finally, you are ready to crush this interview and get the job done. Almost. Before you walk in, there is one last thing you need to have. If you forget anything I've suggested, remember this. Be confident. If you believe that you are the best and that you deserve the job, then you probably do, and the boss will think so too. Now that you are armed with the killer skills and great advice, I have no doubt that you'll be hired. Best of luck.